Just wanted to do a brief video on what the person outside of the tills was actually cited for. It looks like he was cited under the appendix section of the New Jersey statute. So he wasn't cited under a criminal statute. Section is 9-49. And what that is basically it's the state's emergency order power, which allows a person to be cited and even arrested for that. It's basically a disorderly persons offense. It's not criminal. People have asked, well, what was this person's alleged crime? Well, according to the statute, just the mere presence of being in what the law has classified as a prohibited area. So obviously that can change based on the circumstances. That's the way the law is written. Basically, I guess the argument would be at trial, if it got that far, that this individual was in a prohibited area, that the prohibited area being the gym. Now, I don't know if they actually have proof of it, because according to the statute, while it's a civil statute, they have to prosecute it like a criminal statute, so the burden of proof is guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't know if they actually have this person actually in the facility working out, or when the police came out, he was simply outside of it. So that may be an issue. I know that obviously he had a workout bag, and there's strong circumstantial evidence to indicate that he was working out, but I'm just kind of playing defense lawyer here for just a minute or so, and possible arguments. But again, it isn't a criminal statute. He can technically go to jail for it. It's 6 months of incarceration, $1,000 fine. I don't think he would ever receive that, but that's potentially on the table. Ultimately, I believe that it will be resolved through some type of ordinance violation of some sort. If it's even getting that far, it may even be dismissed. We don't know. This is all new territory for us because it's really never happened before. And none of us ever believed, as criminal defense lawyers, we'd ever have to deal with people being cited for going to gyms or public parks or doing things like that. But again, this is where we are right now. So if you have questions about disorderly persons offenses, municipal ordinances, civil violations that could be prosecuted as criminal violations, give us a call at 215-755-9000. Again, our firm right now is working on a Morristown office that will be open in June to be available to our clients in New Jersey. A lot of good things are happening right now with our firm. We're developing our New Jersey website. All the content that's available now on gamboneLaw.com will also be available on that site dedicated to New Jersey laws and answering your questions regarding New Jersey law. I'm going to link in a couple articles that I wrote on municipal ordinance violations and disorderly persons violations, and the difference between criminal offenses and crimes in New Jersey. Remember that New Jersey treats things a lot differently than Pennsylvania. Obviously, they share borders, share bridges, but things are a lot different in the Garden State. That's important to understand, especially when it comes to things like carrying an illegal gun. Right now, it seems like New Jersey and Pennsylvania are kind of operating the same, in the sense that the governors are continuing with this restriction, and there doesn't appear to be a clear plan on reopening at least southeastern Pennsylvania and South Jersey. So if you have questions about any of this, if you've been cited for it, give us a call. If police do confront you and want to cite you, the only advice I can give you right now is simply don't engage the officer, in the sense don't ever put their hands on the officer, don't interfere with the officer who's attempting to arrest someone. That's a big mistake. It could be potentially an aggravated assault, and things could get really serious from there. That would be an indictable offense. And again, I'll link an article about that explaining what that is. But again, if you're cited, you don't want to make any statement to the officer. Remember, any statements you made, and not getting too far into things like Miranda and things like that. But remember, assume that if you make a statement to police, it's admissible at trial. So there's no need to give the officer any information. I don't see a harm in refusing to give the officer your name. I don't think that's going to get you anywhere. If he's going to arrest you, he's going to arrest you, and that's all there is to it. But just provide your information and then let it go from there. I don't see a need to really encourage the officer to do anything else. At the most, I think you're looking at a disorderly persons offense, which could be graded as possibly a municipal ordinance violation, non-criminal disposition eventually anyway. So keep all that in mind. Again, our law firm is here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I wish you well during this difficult time and hope to see you soon in person.